part of the tutorial, we're going to cover the Call Center Supervisor page. It has some unique features and pieces of information that you don't get on any other permission level or scope. The first thing you're going to see is that you're going to have all of the call center queues displayed for you. You can select one or select them all. And the grid on the right, which measures specific metrics that are intended to provide a more efficient call center environment. At the bottom, you have a graph, and depending on the selected call queue, you will get the desired graph, color coordinated, so you're able to see which specific queue. You can also just select all of the calls and the metrics on the right, and the call center draft will be updated depending on the selected queues. On the right side, you will have all of the agents that are currently part of that queue. It tells you if they're online. If they're gray, they will be offline. If they're red, they're speaking with a customer at the time. And if they're green, as I mentioned, they are available for calls. The graph at the top here is customizable, so it allows you to go and set specific thresholds for calls waiting, average wait time, average handle time, service level, abandonment rate on the calls answered, call volume, along with abandoned calls. All of these metrics are customizable, so you can set a lower threshold than a higher threshold and ask that those thresholds are met. The system will change the color of that specific metric to let you know that your thresholds have been passed. You also have the capability of turning off any other specific metrics that are not important or not information that you care about. You can go ahead and just turn these metrics off, and the system will simply show you the metrics that you want to see. On the right over the agents, it's another feature that's very useful. You have the capability of hovering over an agent, and you can select that agent, and the system will find all of the information for that agent. So, the last 24 hours of calls per hour, how many calls did that agent take, the overall activity of the agents for the day, which call queue is being used to get to that agent, or where most of the calls that go to the agent are coming from, along with the last 10 days of that agent's call activity. So it's a quick way to review the activity of any agent and be able to get a better picture of what's going on in the call center. The system will immediately give you access to that call, allow you to hear, and allow you to, if need to, take over the call or join the call with the agent if that's required. So the system is full of features and has a lot to talk about, but overall, the homepage is a wealth of information, especially for all the call center supervisors. So in this part of the tutorial, we're going to be going over the recording capabilities of the Call Center Supervisor. These reports are a wealth of information to see the activity that's going on. I'll walk you through the different types of reports and the different capabilities and customization that can be done on each report. The system allows you to provide or gather 5 different types of reports: the Call Center Queue Stats Report, the Agent Stat Report, the Agent's Availability Report, the Dial Number Report, and the Abandoned Calls Report. Going with the queue stats, it's going to give you the information for the queues that you select or that you are a part of, the volume of calls. The calls handle different specific metrics: average wait time, handle time, talk time, and average answer rates. All of these metrics are customizable, so by clicking on the gear icon, you're able to select and unselect the metrics that are or are not important to you, depending on the nature of the business. So if I really want to know the average hold time, now the system's going to get the average hold time for those queues and it's going to be added to the system. So now I have the average hold time for those 3 queues. You're able to select a date range, so date and time when you want to report to start counting and when you want it to end counting. And what that will do, it'll allow you to get a piece of information for a second period of time. And like that, you get the information you're actually looking for. You can tailor the graph by different call volumes, calls handled by average talk time, and abandoned calls. So you could customize the graph, and based on those queues and your selected graph desire, then you'll be able to see the graph for the corresponding selection. The next report is going to be the Agent Stat Report, and this is going to give you the activity for all the agents. You're able to select them by the department. You're also able to select them by queue. So if we were to select it by the department, you can go to, let's say, Support, and you're going to be able to see all the different agents, calls handled, talk time, average handled time. Like the previous report, you're able to click and select the metrics that you want or that you don't want to see. So the report is customized to the needs of your organization. Again, with any one of these reports, you have a date range where you can zoom in to a specific period of time and get the information for that specific period of time. The next report is the Agent Availability Report. In this report, if the agents log in and out via the user interface in the portal, you're able to see if the agents are online or offline. The color coordinates when they go to lunch. It color coordinates breaks, meetings, and other activities, so you're able to get the optics of how your agents are spending their time. The dialed number, a section of the reporting, allows you to see most calls and what number they dialed to enter your organization. So in this report, you can filter by call volume, and you're able to see the number that received the most calls and all of the different metrics, calls answered, calls offered, average calls offered, all of the different metrics that are relevant to that. So you're able to gauge which one of your phone numbers is actually getting the most traffic. Like all the reports, you're able to customize it depending on the needs of your organization, so the report can be tailored to your needs. In a call center environment, the abandoned call report is very important. This is a call that was connected to your queue, but it was not offered to an agent, or it was offered to an agent, but the customer hung up prior to the agent answering the call. So you're able to pull that report, and you're able to see what amount of wait time the customer had before they hung up. And you're also able to get the information who they were trying to connect to, the date and time, the name of the customer, along with their phone number. So you're able to provide better customer service and give them a call back. This is the abandoned cart report, and these are the reports available through the call center supervisor permission level. There's a lot of information that can be easily accessed through this specific function. That's it. Hope this tutorial video was helpful. Thanks for watching.